Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're joining us from, and thank you so much for tuning in once again. Today's story is yet another example of why so many people are questioning Prince William's environmental credentials. The self-proclaimed future king and champion of the planet has once again found himself facing accusations of hypocrisy after his latest London appearance during the London Climate Action Week. And honestly, this criticism this time is difficult to ignore. As many of you know, London Climate Action Week is currently taking place across the UK, bringing together organizations, activists, businesses, and public figures to discuss climate changes and environmental solutions. Prince William's Earthshot Prize also held an event as part of the celebration, and naturally, William made an appearance. Now, whenever Prince William attends these events, one thing almost always happens: celebrities are brought in. This time was no different. Well, William arrived alongside celebrity Robert Irwin, son of the late conservation icon Steve Irwin. Robert has increasingly become associated with Earthshot, appearing at several of the events and several of William's environmental initiatives. And many observers are beginning to wonder whether this celebrity appearance are becoming less about the environment actions and more about image management. Because, let's be honest, one of the biggest criticisms surrounding Earthshot is that despite all the publicity, many people still struggle to point to clear, measurable achievements that have significant impact globally in environmental issues. What Earthshot never seems to lack is a photo opportunity. And speaking of photo opportunities, let's talk about William's arrival. Footage from the event showed Prince William arriving. What really caught everyone's attention wasn't the reception William received, but the transportation. While several British media outlets reports that William had embraced the spirit of London's Climate Action Week by arriving on an electric London bus alongside Robert Irwin. According to the report, William was demonstrating his commitment to the environmental stability and highlighting transport for London's goal of achieving a full zero-emission bus network by 2030. The headlines practically wrote themselves. William champions green transport. Prince William leads by example. Future king practices what he preaches. The praises were immediate, but there was just one problem. Well, people noticed that William did not actually travel to the event exclusively by bus. Reports and footages indicate that William first traveled by car before later boarding the electric bus to make the highly publicized arrival. And that is precisely why critics are calling the entire exercise performative, because many are asking, does taking an electric bus for a carefully chosen photo opportunity really overweight years of documented helicopter usage, private flights, and luxury vehicle convoys? This is after all the same Prince William who has repeatedly faced criticism for using helicopters for repeatedly or relatively short journeys. The same Prince William whose family often travels with large security convoys. The same Prince William who continues to rely heavily on private transport. So, naturally, social media users were quickly to point out the contradiction. Many argue that one symbolic bus ride during Climate Action Change Week does not suddenly transform someone into an environmental champion. And unfortunately for William, things became even awkward after the event concluded, because according to eyewitnesses' accounts circulating online, according to reports, Robert and his team allegedly began walking through busy London streets in search of their transport. The image quickly spread online, And because British media had spent the entire day highlighting William and Robert's joint arrival, people immediately connected the dots. Many social media users questioned why, if William and Robertson had arrived together for the publicity photographs, arrangements could not have been made to ensure Robert was transported comfortably afterwards. Some argued that if William truly considered Robert as a friend and a valid supporter of OUTRAGE, simple courtesy could suggest ensuring his guest was looked after, especially during extreme weather conditions. Others criticized what they saw as a recurring pattern with royal engagements. Celebrities and public figures are included when cameras are present, only to be forgotten once the photo opportunities have ended. One commentator wrote that public figures should stop allowing themselves to be used as props for royal public relations. Another described the entire event as a performative and meaningless. Others questioned whether William, who had publicly referred to Robert affectionately in the past, could not have simply offered him a ride and ensured transport arrangements were coordinated. And while none of us knew precisely what logistics arrangements existed, behind the scenes were not good because optics mattered. Especially when your entire public image revolves around compassion, leadership, and environmental advocacy. Critics argue that if you're asking the public to make sacrifices for the planet, then consistency matters. People expect leaders to model the behavior they promote. And when these same leaders appear to embrace environmental-friendly practices only when cameras are present, skepticism naturally follows. The situation also reignited broad discussions about whether the monarchy's environmental message is generally about climate change action or simply about branding. Many people support environmental initiatives, and many admire conservation works. But increasingly, the public expects authenticity. They expect actions, not just symbolism. And that is where Prince William continues to face the challenge. Because every carefully staged bus ride, it invites comparison with helicopter flights, luxury vehicles, and highly managed public appearance. As for Robert, opinions online remain divided. Other people feel genuinely sorry for him and believe he deserved better, while others argue that celebrities attending royal events understand exactly what they're signing up for and are willingly participating because they are also benefiting from the publicity. Whatever your perspective, one thing is clear. The photograph of William boarding the electric bus generated headlines, but the image of Robert walking through London's heat generated even more conversations. And unfortunately, for Prince William, much of the conversations have centered on hypocrisy, optic, and whether environmental leaders should involve more than carefully orchestrated photo opportunities. Because in today's social media age, every image tells a story. Sometimes the story people remember isn't the one the public relation team intended. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe the criticism directed to Prince William is justified? Was this simply misunderstanding, or do you believe the environmental message came across as performative? And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.